Mr. Chair, can I not get into the impasse? Just really quick, tell something to Commissioner, what's your name? Which? Sorry.
Just, Commissioner, I'm going to just suggest that you be very careful about what it is
realize
you say,
that.
because
I realize that.
we're at impasse with,
I know.
if not immediately, we're at impasse with 2 unions now. So,
I know. In a really short way of explanation, that year, the union was awarded the possibility of a 3% COLA raise, a 3% performance raise, a 2% education, and another 2% education. Okay?
So wait.
It really came to 10%.
What year was that?
08, 09. They actually, after a lot of discussions and things happening, they gave back the raise. And that it was, taken away, and they agreed to that. And it was, the time frame was not real clear, but anyhow. They're now saying, okay, we gave it back for a period of time, a year. We're ready for it now. And the judge agreed with them. So that's where we are.
See, the question I have, Mr. Chairman, the judge made that decision. We didn't make that decision, and I'm going to have to assume that the judge had all the facts and didn't have a side on, and he just dealt with what was presented to him based on the information that he had. So, we have to react to that. But the judge made the decision, and from what I understand, it's binding. So, and I'll ask Ms. Knowlton that, we can have all the personal feelings we want, whether they're relevant here or in order or not in order. I'm not going to make that decision, but if it's a binding decision, is there anything that we can really do about it at this point?
It's the arbitrator's decision, and it is binding.
Exactly why my request was to voluntarily give back the money. I understand that's a binding decision. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's not going to create a divide tonight. Doesn't mean it's not going to create a divide going forward. That's why, for the sake of this organization and the good people that work for it, as well as the financial health of this county, I'm asking to voluntarily forego that decision.
Mike, it's Commissioner Starr.
I'd support writing a letter to the union asking them to, even though they won, in these times, the grievance was, the grievances were brought, and that was the substance of why this happened. And in these times, we're just not, in my opinion, to the point yet where salary increases can, be part of our budget at this point. I think we're getting to that. But you have other departments that are deserving, and everybody in this county works very hard. Everybody has sacrificed to keep us out of bankruptcy. We cut $100 million out of the budget. If you'll see the numbers here later. I mean, and that's to staff, and that's sacrifices. That's people stepping up and saying we want to help. So I don't think it's out of line at all. The magistrate said, the hearing officer said they get the money. So you can write a letter and say, hey, please, we would appreciate, the Board of County Commissioners would appreciate your help in this matter. I doubt whether it's going to do any good. Otherwise, we wouldn't have went to impasse. But I think that's an acceptable thing to do.
And I guess I'd have to add that certainly would be viewed as a good faith act toward the county, because, and the taxpayer. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm up here for the taxpayer right now. I've got no dog in this fight, except the people that put us here.
Commissioner Duffy and then Commissioner Starr.
I think that's a reasonable request. I really do. I would love to see the Sheriff's Department and all of our employees get raises. If we were able to give raises, we would have, but the budget doesn't allow us. And so, I know they probably spent hours and time going to the judge and legal fees. I know our staff spent hours and hours on it, but still, it's not right. But so I would certainly support writing a letter asking them to voluntarily, not that give back the raise. They haven't been actually given the money to forego it, I think is a way of putting it. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Starr?
Do we have 5?
You got
We
your
have 4.
majority.
We have 5.
The,
Excellent.
and the problem that this begins to present is this is just the beginning. I mean, this is just the beginning. And if we aren't able to stem the tide, then I don't think I'm getting in trouble. But if we're not able to stem the tide, there will be more. And if you read the headlines, you know, in these times, it's real easy to get in a lot of trouble for government, not only the federal government, but local governments, the counties and cities, and we all have to pull together. You know, we don't have a printing press like the federal government does. I wish we did. Gordon could do some good bills. But, you know, we have to live with the income that we have. Unfortunately, we've taken a 50% hit in our ad valorem over the years. Now, it looks like that may turn around, and we may start having more revenue coming in that way. We're certainly getting less gas tax money. Sales tax revenues are down, and we just all need to be rowing the same direction in this boat to get the county through this time. Then, when the good times come, like they did, you know, after Charlie, and we were able to have significant revenues in the $1.2 billion budget, then let's do the right thing with that money and take care of the people that work for the county and take care of the people, the taxpayers, and use it for infrastructure rather than building county government.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sandra.
Thank you.